It's history behind the horrors 31 Days of Halloween.
Shadows Peak. Now this is a horror game that I hold near and dear to my heart. I found this game by complete accident and I'm glad I did. The game starts off with us walking down a pier with our wife or girlfriend being at the end of it as our character narrates what's going on. He's talking about how he brought her here to get away from things like work and for them to get back together. When all of a sudden, everything just started getting weird and shaky, and birds in the sky started falling in the water dying, and our character then passes out. Once he wakes up, he notices that our girlfriend or wife isn't there anymore, and he's getting these strange text messages from some unknown person, warning us of the dangers that lie on this island. And that's where our game begins. I really like this game a lot because it's one of those horror games that barely tells you what you have to do. It pretty much just throws you in here, gives you a little hint here and there, and pretty much you have to look around and find things for yourself. It's also one of those horror games where you have to do one thing before you can do the other one. So if you go on one part of the island, you can't access this part, or you can't do this thing or this objective or pick up this item because you don't have this item, or you haven't done this objective on the other side of the island or in the middle of the island, things like that. That's what really draws me into like games like this. This game had like a really weird vibe to it, and every time I wanted to play this game, I always played it at night. I could never play this game in the daytime. There are plenty of horror games that I've played regardless of what time it is in the day or night or whatever, but when it comes to Shadows Peak, this was a game where I wanted complete solitude when playing this. I have no idea why, but it was like 100% better when you actually are like really immersed in this game. Not to mention the creepy entities that can kill you in this game. Now this game is called Shadows Peak for a reason, because the big enemy base in this game are shadows. There are other enemies in this game that can kill you like a snake, but the biggest enemy sets are the shadows. And these aren't any regular old pushover shadows. These shadows can kill you just by touching you only once, and they are fast. Now there are humans on this island. Some are terrified of you and some will try to kill you. I'm not going to tell you the purpose of having other humans on this island and backstory or objectives with them, because it's kind of giving away some of the plot, but just be warned, some will try to kill you. Now I know I said earlier that this is a game where you kind of gotta figure it out for yourself, but don't be mistaken, this isn't a puzzle game at all. There are pretty much no puzzles in this game that I can remember. This is pretty much just pure exploration, trying to find out what you can and can't do, and that to me is what makes Shadows Peak one of the best horror games I've played in a very long time. It may take you a little while to get the hang of this game or to pretty much understand what's going on, but if you stick with it, you will eventually get the hang of it, and by the time you get to the end, you will see that this game has a really unexpected twist to it that will possibly shock a lot of people. I will also like to recommend that you guys put the gamma, aka the brightness of this game, down to where it's a little darker than what you see here. This is set a little higher than it's supposed to be to see things and get like a better visual, but I do highly recommend you guys play this with the gamma down just a little bit to help the immersion just a little bit more. Also, unfortunately, this game is not free. You can get this game on Steam for $10, but I do highly recommend people check this game out because in my opinion, this is a really good horror game, and I really did enjoy myself a lot with the time that I had with this game.